Hello everyone. Welcome to EPG Pathshala. Myself, Professor Dr. Komal Chauhan, working in Department of Foods and Nutrition. I am Coordinator of Dietetics stream in the department, Coordinator of Nutrition Counseling Center, as well as Associate Director for a postgraduate diploma course in Food Service Management. Today, we are here to learn about sports injuries. So, let us have a look at it. What is sports injuries? Actually, sports activity have become interesting amongst the children and young adolescents after it has become an limelight through various types of media. But playing sports events or games without proper knowledge may lead to complications, especially injuries. So, let us focus on certain aspects of sports and injuries. Sports is one of the most common and widespread recreational activity and a common cultural element of modern societies. The enthusiasm shown in sports is considered as an identity of an affluent society. Sports plays a significant role in education and socialization, patriotism and community spirit, recreation and health enhancement, and also in well-being and entertainment too. There are many advantages of sports on health, like decreasing the risk of obesity, cardiovascular disease, hypertension, diabetes, and improving physical fitness. To name a few, the number of people participating in sport activities is on the rise over last few decades. Sports and exercise contributes both to physical and mental health of an individual. It is observed that participants in sports also entails a risk of injury for all the athletes, right from the professional level of sports person down to the amateurs too. Injuries in youth sports account for substantial morbidity and cost. Sports injuries result from an acute trauma or repetitive stress associated with athletic activities. In many cases, this type of injuries are due to overuse of a part of a body when participating in certain activity. Excellent performance in sports and games at national and international levels is a matter of pride to all the nations of the world. Countries have been utilizing sizable resources and providing best of facilities to develop and sustain sports talent at the highest level. It is now increasingly realized that nutrition is one such critical important resource essential for promoting overall health as well as for optimal training and competition performance of professional athletes. Athletes often have inadequate nutrition knowledge and poor nutritional habits, which can have a negative impact on athletic performance. Sports are as diverse as the individuals who play them. Some are high powered, such as football, tennis, hockey, requiring large amount of work, rapid movement and significant force management, whereas others are more endurance based, such as cross country running and triathlon training, which require sustained lower force output for longer duration. The nutrition need of each player or participants are specific to the demand of that sport. While the benefit of sport, such as gain of fitness, reducing risk of diseases or recreation are well known among policymakers, the relatively very little attention is paid to its unwanted side effect, the injuries. Sports injuries are a burden to both individuals and the society with respect to duration and nature of the treatment. The amount of sports and working time caused permanent damage and disability, reduced quality of life, and also on economic grounds too. The amount of sports and working time lost, permanent damage and disability, reduced quality of life, and also on economic grounds. Furthermore, there is a paucity of information regarding the profile of sports injury in developing country like us in India. The precise definition of that, what separates a sport from an leisure activity, varies between sources. The closest of an international agreement on a definition is provided by Sports Accord, which is the association for the largest international sports federations. It includes all the associations of football, athletics, cycling, tennis, equestrian sports and many more, and therefore, the de facto representative of international sport is important. Sport Accord uses the following criteria determining that a sport should: number 1, have an element of competition, be in no way harmful to any living creature, not rely on any equipment provided by a single supplier, that exclude proprietary games such as arena football, not relying on any luck element specifically designed into sport. They also recognize that sport can be primarily physical, such as rugby, athletics, primarily mind activities like chess and so on. Predominantly motorized sports such as Formula 1 car race and power boating, and primarily coordination sports like billiard sports. Primarily animal supported sports like equestrian sports. All are being defined by Sports Accord. As far as simple definition of sports injuries are concerned, injuries are injuries that occur in athletic activities. They can result from acute trauma or from overuse of a particular body part. Sports injuries can affect bone or soft tissues such as ligaments, muscles and tendons. Traumatic injuries account for most injuries in contact sports such as ice hockey, football, rugby, because of the dynamic and high collision nature of these sports. Collisions with the ground or object and any other player are very common, and unexpected dynamic force on limbs and joints can cause injury. What is the difference between acute and chronic injury? Regardless of the specific structure affected, sports injuries can generally be classified into one of two ways: acute and chronic. Let us see acute injuries. They are such as sprained ankle, strained back or fractured hand, occur suddenly during activity. Signs of an acute injury include following, like sudden severe pain, swelling, inability to place weight on a lower limb, extreme tenderness in an upper limb, inability to move a joint through its full range of motion, extreme limb weakness, visible dislocation or break of a bone. What are chronic injuries? Chronic injuries usually result from overusing one area of body while playing a sport or exercising over a long period of time. The following are the signs of chronic injury: pain when performing an activity, a dull ache when at rest and with swelling. Everyone who plays sports experience injuries. Many people never fully recover because they are not aware of what they can do to facilitate recovery. But there is no need to simply resign yourself to living with a sports injury. Sports injuries are a burden to both individuals and the society with respect to duration and nature of the treatment. The amount of sports and working time lost, permanent damage, disability, reduced quality of life occur on economic ground as seen before. Further, there is paucity of information on the profile of injury as said before. Now, let us review traumatic injuries that can include things like confusion or contusion or bruise, damage to small blood vessel which causes bleeding with the tissue, strain, trauma to a muscle due to overstretching and tearing of muscle fibers, sprain, an injury in a joint caused by the ligament being stretched beyond its own capacity. Wound. Wound is abrasion or puncture of the skin. Bone fracture, that is break or breaks in the bone. Head injury, concussion, serious brain damage. Spinal cord injury, damage on the central nervous system or simply on spine. Soft tissue injury. When soft tissue experiences trauma, the dead and damaged cells release chemicals which initiate an inflammatory response. Inflammation is characterized by pain, localized swelling, loss of function, small blood vessels are damaged and opened up, producing bleeding within the tissue. In the body's normal reaction, a small blood clot is formed in order to stop this bleeding, and from this clot, specially cells begin the healing process by laying down scar tissue. The inflammatory stage is therefore the first phase of healing. However, too much of an inflammatory response in the early stage can mean that the healing process takes longer and a return of activity is delayed. Sports injury treatments are intended to minimize the inflammatory phase of an injury so that overall healing process is accelerated. Intrinsic and extrinsic factors determined for the healing process. Let us see types of injury which are well known. Number 1, muscle pull. 2, shin splints. 3, lower back pain. 4, shoulder impingement. 5, runner's knee. 6, tennis elbow. 7, ankle sprain. 8, concussion or brain or head injury. And 9, groin strains. We can also look at Achilles tendinopathy too. The number of knee injuries in children and adolescents has increased substantially over recent years, at least according to one institution findings which is presented at the annual meeting of American Academy of Pediatrics. An overview of such records from the past 12 to 15 years shows a significant increase in both meniscal and anterior cruciate ligament which gets teared. What is the treatment for such type of injuries and when to seek medical treatment for the same? You should call a doctor or a health professional if the injury causes severe pain, swelling or numbness. you can't tolerate any weight on the area, or the pain of dull ache of an old injury is accompanied by increased swelling or joint abnormality or instability. Minor injuries such as mild sprain, strain can often be intentionally treated at home using PRICE therapy. PRICE stands for protection, rest, ice, compression and elevation. Protection is to protect the affected area from further injury. For example, by using a support. Rest is to avoid exercise and reduce your daily physical activity, like using crutches or a walking stick may help if you cannot pull weight on your ankle or knee, and a sling may also help if you are injured by a shoulder. Ice. Apply an ice pack to the affected area for about 15 to 20 minutes every 2 to 3 hours. A bag of frozen peas or a similar kind will also work very well in this. Wrap the ice pack in a towel to avoid it directly touching your skin and cause ice burn. Compression. Use elastic compression bandages during the day to limit the swelling. And last, elevation. Keep the injured body part raised above the level of the heart whenever possible. This may help to reduce swelling. Pain relief and painkillers are also sometimes advised. For example, paracetamol can be used to help ease the pain. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs or so-called tablets and creams are available, which can be also used to help ease any type of pain and reduce swelling. Like aspirin should not be given to children under 16 years of age. That should be taken care. Immobilization is an important aspect of sports injury. It can sometimes help to prevent further damage by reducing movement. It can also reduce pain, muscle swelling and muscle spasm. For example, slings, splints and casts may be used to immobilize injured arms, shoulder, wrist, legs or when you are at heel. If you only have a sprain, prolonged immobilization is not usually necessary and you should try gently moving the affected joint as soon as you are able to do so without experiencing significant pain. Let us also study about physiotherapy and its support. Some people recovering from a long-term injury may benefit from physiotherapy. It is a specialist treatment that can involve techniques such as massage, manipulations and exercises to improve the range of motion, strengthen the surrounding muscles and return the normal function of the injured area. A physiotherapist can also develop an exercise program to help and strengthen the affected body part and reduce the risk of the injury reoccurring. Corticosteroid injections are sometimes used when one has severe or persistent inflammation and pain. They may be recommended purely on the advice of a physician. They can help to relieve pain caused by your injury. Although for some people the pain relief is minimal or only will last for a short period of time. If necessary, the injections can be repeated every few months, but care must be taken to avoid side effects such as thinning of the skin. Surgery and procedures are also last probable treatment. Most sports injuries don't require surgery, but very severe injuries such as badly broken bones may require corrective surgery to fix the bones with wires, plates, screws or even rods. In some cases, however, it may be possible to realign displaced bones without needing an operation. Certain other injuries may also occasionally be required surgery. For example, operation may be needed to repair a torn knee ligament. Finally, talking about recovery, depending on the type of injury you have, it can take a few weeks to a few months or to make a full recovery more longer period of time. One should not return to your previous level of activity until you have fully recovered. But you should aim to gently start moving the injured body part as soon as possible. Gentle exercises should help to improve the area's range of movement. As movement becomes easier, the pain decreases, stretching and strengthening exercise can be introduced. Make sure that you don't try to do too much activity too quickly, as this can prolong your recovery time. Start by doing frequent repetitions of a simple movement or exercise before gradually increasing the amount you do. While talking about women athletes or women's sports, increased emphasis is given on muscle strength and conditioning, which should be a priority for women especially. Women should also be encouraged to maintain normal body weight and avoid excessive exercise that affects the menstrual cycle. Treatment for minor soft tissue injury generally consists of compression, the injured area with an elastic bandage, elevation by ice pack or by rest only. Anti-inflammatory medications taken by mouth or injectables into the swelling area may be also used to treat bursitis. Anti-inflammatory medications, exercise also to correct muscle imbalances are often used as a treatment for tendinitis. If the athlete keeps stressing inflamed tendons, they may rupture and casting or surgery is sometimes necessary to correct this condition. Orthopedic surgery may be required to repair serious sprains and strains. Controlling inflammation as well as restoring normal use and mobility of the part of the body are the goals of treatment over the other injuries. Athletes who have been injured are usually advised to limit their activities until their injuries are healed. Physician may suggest special exercise or behavior modification for athletes who have had several injuries. Athletes who have been severely injured may be also advised to stop playing completely sometimes. Let us review some of the common problems found in sports injuries. Common problems include athletic equipment that malfunctions or is used incorrectly, lead to falls in the athlete. Forceful high speed collisions between player and wearing and tearing of such type of body parts are continuously subjected to stress. Symptoms include instability or obvious dislocation of a joint, pain, swelling, and weakness further. Tips for preventing such type of injury is reduced by completing an effective warm-up consisting exercise. For heart race to get your pulse up, if it is followed by sport specific dynamic stretches or movement, it can be taken care very easily. Remember, factors like tapping, bracing, protective and suitable equipment, environmental factors, appropriate training, psychology and nutrition plays a very important role. Now let us review on warm-up exercises. It is of two types, general exercise like jogging or specific exercise like sport specific warm-ups and movements. It is beneficial for increased blood flow to muscle, increased consumption of oxygen due to breakdown of oxyhemoglobin, decreased vascular resistance, reduced muscle viscosity leading to smooth contraction, increased speed of nerve impulses and enhanced metabolism. This will decrease the sensitivity to muscle stretch, decrease stiffness of the tissue leading to less likelihood of tear, helps to generate mild sweating without any fatigue and will effect last for 30 minutes or so. So, always start early exercise by doing warm up. Let us look at stretching. It relaxes muscles, joints by increasing flexibility, which may decrease musculotendinous injuries and elevate muscle soreness, especially in sports that have a high intensity of muscle tendon stretch. For example, football and basketball. It can be done by static movement for about 60 seconds. Then ballistic stretching with a bouncing movement like gymnastics or ballet dance. Proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitations can be given for stretching, which is performed by alternating contraction and relaxation of both agonist and antagonist muscles. Whether you are never had a sports injury or you are trying to keep it away, or you had an injury and don't want another, the following tips can help. Avoid bending knees past 90 degrees when doing half knee bends. Avoid twisting knees by keeping feet as flat as possible during stretches. When jumping and landing, you should see that you land with your knee bent. Do warm up exercise not just before vigorous activity like running, but also before less vigorous ones like golf playing. Don't overdo. Do warm up stretches before activity. Stretch Achilles tendons, hamstrings and quadriceps area and hold the position perfectly. Don't bounce. Cool down following vigorous sports also. For example, after a race or a walk or a jog, 5 minutes or so your pulse comes to a gradually normal condition. Wear properly fitting shoes that will provide you away from the shock, absorption and stability. Use the softness exercise, surface availability proper and avoid running and hard surface like concrete. Run on flat surfaces. Running uphill will stress the Achilles tendons and the leg itself. Thus, to summarize today's lesson, on knowing the types of injuries, their awareness should be made regarding the practice of injury preventive measures like warming up, warming up with the specific sport activities, cooling down, stretching, assisted exercise and protective use of the equipments. Those who are suffering from any form of sports injury should take appropriate treatment from sport physical therapist, and the cost should be covered by some form of sports insurance. So, be cool, exercise, play smart and remain fit and healthy. Thank you.